Push it! Push it!
Push it! Where's your kid now, Sheriff?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks of the times animated Disney and Pixar movies pulled a fast one on us. This is your spoiler warning.
What have you done? What have you done?
Number 30. Zurg is Buzz's dad, Toy Story 2. In the fictional backstory of Buzz Lightyear, his arch nemesis is the evil Emperor Zurg. During a battle on top of a descending elevator, one of the Buzz Lightyears from the toy store gets a very familiar-sounding plot twist dropped on him.
You killed my father!
No, Buzz. I am your father.
Science fiction fans, or really anyone who knows anything about pop culture, knows this moment is lifted right out of The Empire Strikes Back. Still, we didn't expect to see it in the Toy Story series. Zurg's defeat right after leaves room for a couple of big comedic payoffs as a result.
I have a lot of catching up to do with my dad.
Good throw, son. That's my boy. Go long, Buzzy.
Oh, you're a great dad.
Number 29. Lightning McQueen gives up the Piston Cup. Cars. Big shot racing car Lightning McQueen makes his return to racing at the Piston Cup. He's got his eyes on the prize, but his time in the little town of Radiator Springs has taught him a thing or two about what's really important.
You just gave up the Piston Cup. You know that?
This grumpy old race car I know once told me something.
It's just an empty cup.
So when his rival drives the king off the track, Lightning gives up his chance at winning the prestigious race to help the busted-up car get across the finish line. Rather than have its hero achieve his superficial dream, in its climax, Car spreads its true message of prioritizing relationships instead of stepping on others to achieve success.
You made us proud, kid!
Congrats on the loss, me bucko!
You got a lot of stuff, kid.
Thanks, Doc.
Number 28. Tuppence saves the family. Mary Poppins returns. In this sequel, Michael Banks is all grown up with children and problems of his own. His childhood home is facing repossession, but a last-minute callback to the original film saves it when the iconic Dick Van Dyke arrives to save the day. Van Dyke plays the elderly banker, Mr. Dawes Jr., who arrives with news to alleviate Michael's financial woes.
Michael's father, your grandfather, gave those tuppence to this bank and told us to guard it well. We did just that.
The tuppence Michael invested in the original movie will more than cover his deficit. While this may sorta contradict the original movie's message about money, it was a pretty unexpected way for the story to be resolved.
Really, Michael? In fact, enough to pay off that loan you took. The house is yours.
Number 27. Evelyn All Along, Incredibles 2. This superhero sequel needed a villain to top the original. They found it in the Screenslaver, a hacker who has somehow developed a technology that can hypnotize people through screens. Elastigirl realizes too late that the villain was right next to her the entire time. Evelyn, a tech genius who was thought to be an ally to the heroic Parr family, is revealed to be behind the entire plot.
Why would you count on me? Because I built you a bike? Because my brother knows the words to your theme song? We don't know each other.
Her aim to sow suspicion around the very technology she's using to carry out her master plan is shockingly resonant in a world dominated by screens. But it's her personal hatred for superheroes that really makes the twist pop.
Begged my father to use the safe room, but father insisted they call his superhero friends. He died. Pointlessly. Stupidly.
Number 26. Ursula becomes Vanessa, the Little Mermaid. The voice-stealing sea witch is evil from the jump, that much is clear. But she's not much of a direct rival to Ariel's budding romance with Prince Eric. That is, until Ursula pulls off a devious transformation.
Triton's daughter will be mine, and then I'll make him writhe. I'll see him wriggle like a worm on a hook.
She casts a spell that turns her into Vanessa, a raven-haired maiden, and worms her way into Eric's good graces through magic and deceit. Ariel watches as the man she loves sets sail with a disguised witch, who is about to steal her happily ever after.
Soon I'll have that little mermaid, and the ocean will be mine.
Disney viewers have seen their share of shape-shifting villainesses, but Ursula really gets under our skin. Number 25. Aladdin frees the genie. Aladdin. When Aladdin first finds the mystical servant inside the antique lamp, he promises to use his third and final wish to free him. This gets complicated when Aladdin is down to his last wish and thinks he must decide between marrying Jasmine and honoring his promise to the genie.
I can't wish you free.
Fine, I understand. After all, you've lied to everyone else. Hey, I was beginning to feel left out.
So far, Aladdin's gotten by on his ability to outwit others. What clever trick will he use to get out of this one? Well, he doesn't. He finally makes the unselfish decision and frees his friend from the lamp.
Genie, I wish for your freedom.
One bona fide prince pedigree coming up. What?
Genie, you're free.
In the end, it's Aladdin's good deed that earns him what he actually wants. Number 24. Gaston stabs the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. For an animated movie, Beauty and the Beast gets pretty intense. The Beast, having become a better man, graciously spares the rotten and unhinged Gaston's life.
Let me go! Please, don't hurt me! I'll do anything! Anything!
But just as he and Belle are about to be reunited, Gaston sneaks up behind the Beast and savagely stabs him in the back. Sword fights and battles are one thing, but this surprise is one of the more violent acts in the studio's canon. It's an act of cowardice and cruelty that cements Gaston as one of Disney's nastiest villains.
You came back.
Fortunately, he gets some instant karmic payback, losing his footing and plunging over the edge of a cliff. Number 23. The Truth About Pleasure Island. Pinocchio. How would you like a side of body horror with your Disney classic? Yearning to become a real boy, young Pinocchio is manipulated into joining a puppet show. But when he gets into trouble, he's shipped off to Pleasure Island, where boys his age are seemingly allowed to run wild.
But they say it's a swell joint. No school, no cops. You can tear the joint apart. And nobody says a word.
Then comes the movie's stroke of demented genius. It turns out that the boys on Pleasure Island are cursed to change into donkeys, a punishment for their jackass behavior. Lampwick's horror at his own transformation is actually pretty scary and heavy for kids.
I've been double-crossed! Help! Help! Somebody help! I've been framed! Help! Please, you gotta help me! Oh, be a pal!
Even on a rewatch, the events of the scene stick with you. Number 22. Woody is in the Box. Toy Story 3. As the toys near the end of their time together, with Andy going off to college and taking only Woody with him, there's a sense of the family breaking up. We assume Woody will wind up sticking with Andy, while the others end up in the attic.
This isn't goodbye.
Hey, Woody, have fun at college.
Yeah, but not too much fun.
Woody, take care of Andy.
This would have been sad enough, but Woody intervenes, making it so Andy drops his toys off with a young girl named Bonnie. We are as shocked as Andy is to see that Woody, his longtime favorite, has found his way into the box with all the other toys.
But the thing that makes Woody special is he'll never give up on you. Ever. He'll be there for you, no matter what.
Woody and Andy, without ever speaking, both come to the realization that their time together is over. Number 21. Bruno never left. Encanto. Ostracized by his community for his gifts, the estranged Madrigal son Bruno is only referred to as a topic the family won't discuss.
We don't talk about Bruno.
For most of the movie, we believe, as the family does, that he simply left the village. It's pretty obvious the story will find a way to bring him back. However, it turns out he didn't have far to come back from. Young Mirabel makes a shocking discovery.
How long have you been back here? You never left.
She gains access to a secret passage system within the family home and discovers that her uncle never left. He simply made a home for himself in the walls.
Number 20. Maleficent's Transformation. Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, we know this is kind of common knowledge now. Just about everyone today is aware of Maleficent's immense power, but back in 1959, this was more or less the original Disney plot twist. Just as Prince Philip is about to save Princess Aurora, the mistress of all evil stops him outside of King Stephen's castle.
No, it cannot be!
A bit of maniacal laughing and a massive column of green fire later, Maleficent reveals herself in the form of a vicious dragon.
Now shall you deal with me, O Prince, and all the powers of hell!
This sudden display of power would become one of the most iconic battles and memorable moments in Disney history. Number 19. Fred's dad was a superhero. Big Hero 6.
This is your house? I thought you lived under a bridge.
Well, technically it belongs to my parents. They're on a vacay on the family island.
Just when we thought Big Hero 6 was wrapped up in a nice big bow, Disney went and blew our minds in a post-credit sequence. Fred stands in front of a family portrait and talks to his dad, but as he touches the frame, the picture opens a bit.
I just wish I could share my accomplishments with you. You mean so much to me, and honestly, I've always felt a distance, what with you being on the family island all the time, and I just wish you could see how...
Behind it is a small room containing superhero costumes, gadgets, and a sizable computer. Yep, Fred's dad was a superhero.
I wear 'em front. I wear 'em back. I go inside out. Then I go front and back.
Dad!
And of course, you can't have a Marvel movie without Stan Lee making an appearance.
Superheroes in New York? Give me a break.
Rest in peace, you comic book legend.
We have a lot to talk about.
Number 18. Charles F. Muntz turns out to be evil. Up.
Humiliated, Muntz vows a return to Paradise Falls and promises to capture the beast alive.
They say you should never meet your heroes, and we experienced that lesson firsthand in Up when Carl and Russell have dinner with Charles F. Muntz. Charles tells the two he's been looking for a rare bird that just so happens to fit Kevin's description. Leave it to Russell's naivete to let the cat out of the bag, or the bird, and as soon as he does, the whole tone changes.
They soon find that this mountain is a very dangerous place.
Hey, that looks like Kevin.
Kevin?
Charles shows the pair the caps of various explorers he's met and subtly threatens their lives.
An old man taking his house to Paradise Falls.
It's amazing how far an old man is willing to go just to take credit for discovering a bird. Number 17. Gurgi's Sacrifice. The Black Cauldron.
Gurgi is bold and brave. He will climb into the evil cauldron.
However, the poor duckling will never climb out alive.
Yikes!
The Black Cauldron has been known to be Disney's darkest movie, and with a reputation like that, you can expect some death to occur on screen. Although we certainly weren't expecting any of it to involve the movie's comic relief character Gurgi. After Gurgi unties Taran, Elanwi, and Fluter Flam, Taran attempts to throw himself into the cauldron. However, Gurgi stops him and cites that Taran has friends, whereas Gurgi has none.
No, Gurgi not let his friend die. Taran has many friends. Gurgi has no friends.
The mischievous but lovable creature proceeds to throw himself into the cauldron instead, causing the Horned King's army to collapse. This was too heart-wrenching to handle, but we're glad we got him back before the movie was over.
I'm alive! Gurgi's alive! Look, look, look! Touch me!
Number 16. The bowler hat guy is Goob. Meet the Robinsons. Meet the Robinsons threw quite a few things out of left field, and one of the film's most surprising twists was the identity of Bowler Hat Guy. Throughout the film, we see this guy follow Lewis, and he's only ever referred to by his generically descriptive name.
There is no bowler hat guy, there is no time machine, and you're not from the future!
When he finally captures Lewis, Bowler Hat Guy reveals himself as Lewis's former roommate from the orphanage, Goob.
My old room.
I think you mean our old room.
What?
Yes, it is I, Mike Yagubian!
This was something no one could have guessed given Bowler Hat Guy's lanky stature and twisted mustache. It doesn't exactly say former Little League baseball player, you know.
It wasn't my fault. It was yours. If you hadn't kept me up all night working on your stupid project, then I wouldn't have missed the catch.
We're just glad there was a happy ending for him. Number 15. Mordu wasn't originally a bear. Brave.
The last time I did this was for a prince. Easy on the eyes, tight pants. He demanded I give it the strength of 10 men. And he gave me this for a spell. A spell that would change his fate.
While following a wisp to an eerie area of ruin, Merida falls into a hole and finds a hidden temple that recounts a story her mother used to tell her.
But the oldest prince wanted to rule the land for himself. He followed his own path, and the kingdom fell.
As she observes more of the scene, noticing a cracked mantle and pile of skeletons, Merida soon realizes that she has stepped foot inside of Mordu's lair and that he was the human prince in her mother's story.
The prince became... Mordu.
What's even more shocking is that not only is the notorious warrior still around, but he was also the same bear that attacked earlier in the movie. Who'd have thought that a mythical villain would still be around years later? Number 14. Vanellope doesn't go back. Ralph breaks the internet. Most movies like to end with everything going back to normal.
See? No matter where she goes or where she lives, she's always gonna be our friend, and we just gotta trust her.
However, Ralph Breaks the Internet is not like most movies, as its ending is more bittersweet than we anticipated.
Oh, before you go, I wanted to give you this.
I'm so sorry I broke it, Ralph.
No, it's okay. Now we can both have a half. See?
After stopping a dangerous virus from destroying the internet, Ralph and Vanellope say their goodbyes and apologize for their misdeeds before giving each other one last hug.
I love you so much. I'm really gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you too, kid. I really am.
Typically, this would be the part where someone changes their mind and chooses to go back to normal, but as Vanellope ascends the staircase to Slaughter Race, we realize this truly is farewell. The arcade won't be the same without you, kid. Number 13. Gazer Beam's Fate, The Incredibles. Of all the Pixar movies, none had a twist more grim than this. Throughout the first half of The Incredibles, we're made aware of the sudden disappearance of a super known as Gazer Beam.
You remember Gazer Beam? Yeah, there was something about him in the paper. He had trouble adjusting to civilian life, too. When's the last time you saw him? I don't see anyone from the old days, Bob. Just you.
However, we don't discover his fate until after Mr. Incredible's first encounter with Syndrome, who reveals himself to have been the hero's biggest fan, Buddy Pine.
After all, I am your biggest fan.
Buddy?
My name is not Buddy!
It appears that Gazer Beam had died in the caves while trying to hide from Syndrome, but at least he managed to burn Kronos into the cave's walls and stalagmites prior to. We had a feeling Gazer Beam might have died, but we never anticipated to see his remains as they were in his final moments. Dang, The Incredibles is a little more disturbing than we remember. Number 12. Stinky Pete was behind everything. Toy Story 2.
The museum's only interested in the collection if you're in it, Woody. Without you, we go back into storage. It's that simple.
Lotso may have played the bad guy disguised as a friend card, but the original was none other than Stinky Pete. Throughout Toy Story 2, Stinky Pete presents himself as an understanding and compassionate old-timer. He isn't aggressive about his plans to go to Japan, until Buzz and the gang arrive to retrieve Woody.
Prospector, how about you?
Prospector?
You're out of your box! I tried reasoning with you, Woody.
Not only does he lock Buzz and friends in the vents, but he reveals that he's been stirring some of the drama between Woody and Jessie. Stinky Pete quickly turned from a generous ally to a manipulative and devious toy.
Well, Stinky Pete, I think it's time you learned the true meaning of playtime. Right over there, guys! No! No! No!
Number 11. Mr. Waternoose and Randall are working together. Monsters, Inc. Decades later, this Pixar moment still chills us to the bone. When Boo is revealed to Waternoose, Mike explains to the crab-legged executive about the child's presence and Randall's plans.
How could this happen? How could this happen?
Does anyone else know about this?
No, sir.
Good. This company can't afford any more bad publicity.
The tone quickly shifts from mildly upsetting to unsettling as a large metal door descends and activates. What follows is one of the most chilling and shocking dialogue exchanges in Disney history.
Sir, that's not her door.
I know. It's yours.
Waternoose was working with Randall the entire time, and the reveal happened so fast that we barely had enough time to process it. All we could do was sit in despair and watch Sully try to reactivate the door. Of course, we couldn't forget about Roz's secret identity. Who could have guessed she was the head of the CDA the entire time?
Of course, without your help, I never would have known that this went all the way up to Waternoose.
Number 10. Kenai killed Coda's mom, Brother Bear.
Well, I have a story to tell you.
Really? What's it about?
This was a reveal that perceptive viewers likely predicted, but foresight wouldn't have made it any less devastating. In Brother Bear, a boy named Kenai is transformed into a bear after angering the spirits by killing a bear to avenge his brother's death. He's given a mission that he must complete before becoming human again, and on the way meets another bear cub named Coda.
The truth is, I got separated from my mom. And now, with this hunter around...
Kid, I got my own problems.
Come on.
As the story moves on, we learn that Coda's mother, who has been missing for some time, was in fact the bear that Kenai killed.
The monster has her backed up against this giant glacier!
By that point, the two have formed a deep bond, and the moment where he has to confess to him is absolutely heartbreaking.
Your mother's not coming.
Number 9. Miguel's great-great-grandfather, Coco.
I'm Miguel. Your great-great-grandson.
I have a great-great-grandson?
I need your blessing so I can go back home and be a musician just like you.
Miguel lives for music. There's only one problem. Ever since Miguel's great-great-grandfather abandoned the family for a music career, they forbid it. For much of the film, Miguel believes that the famous musician Ernesto de la Cruz is his relative.
De la Cruz's guitar? Papa. Mama Coco, is your papa Ernesto de la Cruz?
After Miguel ends up in the land of the dead, matters get even more complicated. On his quest to find Ernesto and get back to the land of the living, Miguel meets Hector, an old friend of Ernesto's, and whose living family is forgetting him. It soon becomes clear Ernesto isn't Miguel's ancestor, or a good guy. He killed Hector, Miguel's actual great-great-grandfather, to steal his music, which is why Hector never made it home. Now that's some family drama.
Where did you get this?
That's my Mama Coco. That's my Mama Imelda. Is that you?
We're
family?
Number 8. The masked villain yokai is Callahan, Big Hero 6. Set in the fictional future city of San Francisco, a young inventor named Hiro Hamada quickly shows the robotics world what he's made of, and attracts the attention of Professor Robert Callahan, the robotics department head at the Institute of Technology, and entrepreneur Alistair Cray.
Well, Mr. Cray has cut corners and ignored sound science to get where he is.
As the events escalate, it looks like Callahan has been killed, and suddenly a villain in a kabuki mask has taken Hiro's invention, and will do anything to keep it.
Let's not jump to conclusions. We don't know. He's trying to kill us. He's trying to kill us!
Both the film's characters and the audience think for quite some time that Cray is the man behind the mask.
Cray's the guy in the mask.
When yokai was unmasked and revealed to be none other than Professor Callahan, well, we had to pick our jaws up off the floor.
Professor Callahan?
Number 7. Meg conspired with Hades, Hercules.
If I say I want Wonder Boy's head on a platter, you say...
medium or well done.
When Hercules first meets Meg, she's in a sticky situation with Nessus, providing our hero with a convenient opportunity to come to the rescue and impress the damsel in distress.
I'm a damsel. I'm in distress. I can handle this. Have a nice day.
It quickly becomes clear that she's no helpless victim and can totally hold her own, keeping Hercules on his toes with her sarcasm and quick wit. Much to Hercules' shock, and the audience's as well, we learn that she's been manipulating our hero from the very beginning.
I mean, your little chickie poo here was working for me all the time. Duh.
You're lying!
Her soul belongs to Hades as a result of a bargain she made to save a past boyfriend, who quickly betrayed her and left her in Hades' debt, heartbroken and understandably jaded. Number 6. Wilbur is actually Lewis's future son. Meet the Robinsons.
Your hair's a dead giveaway.
Why would my hair be a dead giveaway?
That is an excellent question.
When a movie involves time travel, it's inevitable that there will be some unpredictable twists and turns. Meet the Robinsons may be one of Disney's lesser-known animated films, but you shouldn't underestimate it. It delivers big surprises. Lewis is a young inventor who meets a boy named Wilbur Robinson at a science fair who claims he's a time traveler and proves it by taking Lewis to the year 2037. In a twist that no one could have seen coming, it turns out that Wilbur's dad Cornelius is actually Lewis in the future, and Wilbur is his son.
Are you saying that I'm Wilbur's dad?
Ooh, give the boy a prize!
Admittedly, you might have to watch the movie to fully grasp the impact of this one.
It was our first real invention. It's the one that started it all.
Wowee.
Number 5. Eugene cuts Rapunzel's hair. Tangled.
I can't let you do this.
And I can't let you die.
We all knew the story of Rapunzel long before seeing this 2010 Disney film, but this modern adaptation takes some liberties with the classic fairy tale. Tangled adds dimension to the powers of Rapunzel's hair, giving it healing powers and anti-aging abilities. As a result, many people are attempting to take advantage of Rapunzel in order to reap the benefits of her magical hair.
I love you most.
When her closest ally Flynn, aka Eugene, chops off her magnificent mane though, we were totally floored. It takes us a few moments to realize that he's actually doing it for her own good. Thanks to a little unexpected leftover magic, the move even secures their happily ever after. Number 4. King Candy is Turbo. Wreck-It Ralph.
You game jumped? Ralph, you're not going turbo, are you?
What? No.
In this video game-inspired film, the titular Wreck-It Ralph is a villain who longs to be a hero.
Sure must be nice being the good guy.
Along the way, however, he sets some potentially devastating wheels in motion, forcing him to become a real hero to fix his mistakes. In the game Sugar Rush, Ralph attempts to help Vanellope, a glitch who wants to become a playable character. Nothing is as it seems in Sugar Rush, however, and we learn that the supposed hero King Candy is actually Turbo, an infamous rogue character.
I'm Turbo, the greatest racer ever!
Furthermore, it's revealed that Vanellope is really a princess and former protagonist of the game Turbo Corrupted.
All hail the rightful ruler of Sugar Rush, Princess Vanellope.
It's complicated in summary, but in film, this reveal was flawlessly executed. Number 3. The Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. Zootopia.
How did you know where to find us?
I'll go ahead and I'll take that case now.
2016 Zootopia may seem like a fun romp through an exciting anthropomorphic animal world, but if you take a closer look, there's a lot going on underneath the surface. The moral takeaway of the film is about prejudice and bigotry, and no one better exemplifies this than the character of Dawn Bellwether. This sheep is introduced as the assistant mayor and seems as sweet as can be, endearing herself to Judy as a fellow small animal.
Us little guys really need to stick together, right?
Like glue.
Good one.
In the end, though, it's revealed that she is actually the villainous mastermind behind the drugging of predators in the city.
Fear always works. And I'll dart every predator in Zootopia to keep it that way.
Because of her diminutive stature and personality, this one came as a total shock.
It's called a hustle, sweetheart. Boom.
Number 2. Te Fiti is Te Kā. Moana.
Te Fiti. It's gone.
The primary villain in Disney's 2016 film Moana is a fiery demon called Te Kā. What neither viewers or Moana knew, however, was that Te Kā was actually transformed into her current state by Maui, the demigod. She used to be Te Fiti, the goddess of life and Mother Island, before her transformation. While we are initially given the lore of Te Fiti's history and told that Moana is the one who has to revive her, it's not until later that we realize she and Te Kā are one and the same. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Hans is evil. Frozen.
Oh, Anna. If only there was someone out there who loved you.
Red herrings about the identity of a true villain in a film are a dime a dozen. But the reveal of who the true bad guy is in Frozen is something we won't be getting over anytime soon. When Princess Anna meets the dashing Prince Hans, it seems like a match made in heaven.
Lucky you, it's just me.
Just you?
They even have one of the cutest duets together in the history of Disney songs.
Love is an open door. Life can be so much more.
So imagine our surprise when Hans turns out to have ulterior motives to rule Arendelle himself. As if this wasn't enough, we also get a twist ending when Anna is saved by Elsa's love in the film's conclusion.
An act of true love will thaw a frozen heart.
Which of these Disney movie plot twists had you on the edge of your seat? Tell us in the comments.
Don't I know you?
That's for murdering the love of my life!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.